everybody, and welcome to the overview for the discussion board prompt. And where did I put it? It's right here. All right, so let's click on it. Let's go into it. You're probably already there, obviously, watching this video. So throughout the novel, we've noticed that Maya had some hardships, and when she ran away from home, she ran away to the junkyard when she wanted to escape. And then in the earlier of the novel, she wouldn't speak, but then she meets Mrs. Flowers. So the prompt here is, did Maya grow more from being with Miss Flowers, or did she grow more from being in the junkyard? This is an argumentative paragraph, meaning that you're going to have to give support for Mrs. Flowers or for the junkyard. So one will be your pro, the other will be your con. This will make more sense if you did the two quizzes already, because there's two videos in those quizzes, 4.8 and 4.9, I think they are, about argumentation. Okay, so you're going to use two in-text citations, one for support for the junkyard, and then one support for the junkyard or your pro, if the junkyard's your pro. And then you have to bring in the con or the refuting, the opposing. So let's take a look here. So you need two in-text citations, one for junkyard, one for Maya. You decide which one's your pro and which one's your con. Again, this will make sense once you go through the other videos. So this is what your video will look like, and this will make more sense again. So let's say opposing views may claim that Lee. So I'm going to use Harper Lee and Maya Angelou. You would change and make yours junkyard or Mrs. Flowers. So let's just assume here. So it says opposing views may claim that Lee is better author than Angelou. So what you're saying here, this is a paragraph out of a larger essay. So this is an opposing paragraph. So you've probably given support, and here it's Angelou because she's your pro, you can tell. So pro 1, pro 2, pro 3, Angelou. Now you're going to come and you want to give some information. Well, some people may think that Lee is the pro, or she is a better author. So you'll say opposing views may claim that Lee is a better author than Angelou. So opposing views means they're opposing you because you think it's Angelou, or I do. Okay? So then you want to give evidence for the opposing view. So we want to give Lee some support. And again, we have to bring in some support for Lee or for the opposing view, or it's not an argumentative essay. And again, make sure you've completed those two quizzes up at the top there, 4.8 and 4.9. So then you want to and you will label yours just like this. This is what your paragraph will look like. And then here, give the evidence. Admittedly, Lee has won more literary awards than Angelou. This isn't true. I'm just using this hypothetically. However, for this example, it is. And then counter the argument, which means you want to give Lee some credit, because there's some people who do believe that she is a better author. So you want to give some support for that. Then you want to counter that argument or spin it back or refute to you. You know what? Lee has won more literary awards than Angelou. However, Angelou has won the most highly coveted literary award. So now I'm refuting or spinning it back to my side, which is Angelou. And then you want to have a conclusion. Notice that I highlighted the key words, and you'll see these keywords in the document, in the quizzes, in those videos, and I suggest that you make copies of those and keep them. All right? So this will make more sense once you go through it. So right now, you need to decide whether Mrs. Flowers had more of an effect on Maya or being in the junkyard did. One will be your pro, the other will be your con. You may want to come back and watch this video if you're a little lost after you complete the quizzes, and let me show you where those are. I'm going to actually type it in here as well. I put it in the weekly video. So make sure that you complete quizzes 4.8 and 4.9, and this will make more sense. I put it in the overview video, but if you skip that, you may not know that. Okay, everybody, good luck. Thank you. Oh, and you're going to have this done by Wednesday and submit it here by January 28th. All right, thank you. Bye.